Hello guys and welcome. So there was a big announcement yesterday about Code Geass Lost Stories. We're going to go over that, plus other stuff that's been happening in the last couple weeks which I kind of neglected on. But hey, the announcement came out, so let's do it all one time. So if you guys don't know, Code Geass Lost Stories is coming out on May 17th this year. That's right, next month, which is pretty exciting. You can pre-register right now if you want to. I'll leave a link in the description below for the Twitter account that has the information you need. Now, in addition to announcing the date, they also released what I think is the most important thing that I've been wondering now for the past, I don't know, months now, was a video footage of gameplay, because they've shown only like 3D stuff of the Nightmare Frames fighting, but they actually finally showed us what the gameplay is going to look like. Now we know the first part is going to be something similar to Lost Colors, where it's, or even Janissary Code with characters who are simply talking, no real animation, but a character like from a screen, there's dialogue, text, all that stuff goes. Although in this game they actually have 2D models kind of animating, so I do appreciate that. Let's go through all those videos and I'll discuss my thoughts on them. Let's start with the first video, and this is the gameplay footage. Let's check this out. Alright, so first off we see the logo of the Geass. There's really cool like technological aspect to it. I love the whole animation for this. Then we see the entire logo, and then it kind of shows you all the different characters, and I must say, the art in this game is way better than Janissary Code. For the most part, it is very mature, and I like the approach better. Less cartoony, I guess you could say. Although, as I say that it's more mature, Colin's picture here is a little, actually probably raunchier than Janissary Code. But beyond that though, I just like the art style better in this game. It appeals to me more, and hopefully we'll see more of that in the game. And there's actually another video, not this one, which shows you the actual characters, how they look in the menus. And again, it looks pretty good. Anyhow, here is the battle mode in the game. So already we see like, so this is, in case you guys don't know, this is the HUD from the actual anime where we see the Nightmare Frames battling. It's like their screen, and it shows different things. So that's kind of cool. They're incorporating that into the game here. And first of all, this looks like if I had to guess, before the battle starts, your troops kind of ride off together. And what I like about this already is that you see we have the Borai, the Zero's Borai, a regular Borai. That's Colin's Glasgow from the episode 9, I believe? Or is it 7? It's 9. It's 9. The refrain episode. Then there's the Gloucester and the Lancelot. It looks like you can have any team of Nightmare Frames together. So this is probably like the menu or the animation before the battle starts. See this forward button here? That's probably the skip it to go right into the battle. But this is really cool though. I can't wait to try out different combinations of different Nightmare Frames just to see a new version of this screen. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if C2 is like your battle master you can pick before each game to be the one who commands your troops. I'm not sure how that works, but I imagine there might be some element to that in this game as well. Maybe different people that you choose affect how the game's going to go. Maybe different bonuses, things like that. So this part is really cool. So in case you missed that, let's go back real quick. So they're moving in, right? And then, bam, we see the battle begin. It's really cool, like a battlefield here, and the actual Nightmare Frames jump into it, which is really awesome. Now, see here, this is a grid system, which is so cool. I was maybe thinking something like Advance Wars or something like, this is kind of random, but Digimon Hacker's Memory. Because the idea, like, you're moving around the space, the board area here, and you're commanding your troops to go to different locations. The bottom area looks like the different units you can command, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but I assume that's what that is. I'm not sure how many times you can move a battle. I don't know if, like, a different Nightmare Frame has different movement. Maybe it's a level. I'm not really sure. And see, we see a Nightmare Frame coming to battle, attacking you, and I don't know if you saw them, and go back real quick. So when the Nightmare Frame came in to attack Suzaku, this is a Sutherland, by the way. Watch the animation. So he does like a cool effect, right? And then, right there, 3D effect showing it. That's really cool. Here's another example. We see the Night Police, looks like, and a couple Sutherlands fighting each other. So I assume you're going to be facing against opposing teams. In this particular battle, it looks like you have two Sutherlands. I think these are enemy Sutherlands. And then you have a bunch of Gloucesters. And I think that's Euphemia, but I'm not sure. In battle, or it's one of the new characters. I can't tell because her face is covered. And and they're kind of going in there. So that's kind of cool. And what's awesome here is you can move your nightmare frame around the battlefield. And this is so awesome because I've been saying for, God, I don't know how long it's been, but I guess since Geass Code came out, or even the announcement of it, that an RTS game is what Code Geass should be. Because it's all about strategy and tactics. It's not about fighting and any of that stuff. I mean, there is fighting, but not like a shonen style fighting. So the fact that they have it as an RTS game, at least is what it looks like here, is pretty cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very hyped about this because I wasn't sure what the gameplay was going to be, and so far I'm really excited about this, especially since it's technically a free game. Again, look at that. You summoned Cornelia into battle, so I guess you can summon troops as well during the conflict. That's also kind of cool. Then we have these 3D effects. Now here's my understanding about this, and I could be wrong, but I believe that these cutscenes, maybe they happen after in the battle, or using a specific technique while in battle. So, and earlier you saw Suzaku being attacked by a Sutherland, but he responded with his own technique. So maybe if you use a special technique, your character or your nightmare frame will do something like this in the conflict. I don't know for sure, just a thought. You can also skip it too, by the way, which means it's an animation like the other ones. So this is kind of cool. During the game, let's go back really quick. So during the game here, you can actually use like special power-ups, like a player skill. Now his skill is actually the collapsing of the Tokyo settlement that Luge did in stage 23 and stage 24. Well, they show in stage 23, but they show the explanation behind it in stage 24. So that's kind of cool. So not just Geass powers, but you also have just player skills in general. I don't know if it's like one particular skill per player, but the idea that using a different person, like I mentioned before, has actual, I guess you could say, consequence or just varies the gameplay is very appreciative. The problem with Geass Code is that most of the gameplay doesn't vary too much in the same way like in Abysmal or even the Geass powers. Like here, it looks like each person you pick as a player could do different things. Or maybe I'm wrong, and you only use one person the whole time, but he has different skills. Either way, you can't go wrong here. Let's continue the footage. So we see the collapsing again, like the power, and it damages the nightmare frame, which is kind of cool. Here's the next part of the organization, as I said there, how you have different units. Now, this is really cool too. So I guess this is the team you have. Those are their current levels. I'm sure they will cap up higher. Now, one that kind of concerns me, and I'll make mention of it again as we go through this, but these things on top here, this is some kind of currency, I assume. This is your rank. That's your level, I believe. And this is another form of currency. Now, this screams gacha game. Because gacha games are really high on these two things, like money and resource you have to acquire. I hope that there's no AP mechanic, but so far, these two things kind of concern me a little bit. But this is still really cool. I love the whole different units you can command into a certain team, anyone you want. I assume these are statistics about what your character can do within the nightmare frame. So really cool stuff. And again, I love the art style here. Looks like these are all the characters you can use. Euphemia is a pilot, which is accurate because she did pilot Nightmare Frame during the Saz massacres. That makes sense. I don't believe Shirley's ever piloted Nightmare Frame before, so I don't know why she would be a playable character, unless, like Geass Code, the characters can do more than just pilot Nightmare Frames. They actually can provide support. Not sure which is which, but I'm not sure why, if she can't provide support, why she would be a character you can use. Also, again, I love the new art style. I keep saying that, but it looks good. They put a lot of effort into it, and I respect that. Cornelia still looks a little, but it's still more respectful than in Geass Code. Here's some of her stats, which is really cool. There's probably a ton of stuff you can level up, which is awesome. I hope you do that through playing the game normally, and not having to use different resources like in Geass Code. And that's like the main menu, by the way, they went by. Oh, you do the experience stuff too, don't you? Look at this. Oh no. See, this is what I don't like. Experience points, like acquired through... Well, it's a gacha game, so you have to deal with that. Yeah, see, you got... Oh, it's just like Geass Code. I spoke too soon. It's the same thing. Oh, man, I was really enjoying this. Yeah, you see that? You have to use different ones leveled up. Like the higher ones it'll boost you faster, but it's still 3 different types. Bronze, silver, and gold. Whatever. And see here, the money resources you have at the top there are used to upgrade your nightmare frame. I hope there's more detailed things you can do. Like, it looks like here there is different like weapons you can upgrade and stuff, but maybe they more than just like 3 options. What I mean to say is, here, let's go back. I'll explain what I mean. So when you level this nightmare frame, you can pick different. Hold on, one more time. When you level the nightmare frame, okay, got it. One more time. Yeah, here. I hope there are more than just 3 different things you can level up, like more variety and stuff. Maybe switch out the weapons. I'm thinking of Super Robot Wars, but probably won't be that advanced since it's a free game. But hey, you know, we'll see. And there it's been remodeled, as it said. More pictures, sorry, more pictures of the characters here, which is really cool. And the domains, and we get our main screen, and that's the gameplay of Lost Stories. What do I think about it? It looks really cool so far. I'll give my final thoughts at the end. But very gacha game, unfortunately. But at least the gameplay looks like it's actually fun. That's the problem with Janissary Code. The game's not actually fun. So that's the gameplay footage of that. So you've seen this footage before. This is from the original trailer they launched. This is now the official opening for not Janissary Code. Sorry, Lost Stories. It's basically the same as you saw before, right? There's the logo, there's the characters, the hands out, all that good stuff. Those are all the characters we've seen, new and old. But what they changed was this. So towards the very end, yeah, right here, this is the difference. So we're gonna see this is his backstory, your character. If you keep going forward, all right, he's playing the nightmare frame. Okay, we're almost at the new stuff. Almost there. I didn't really show this because, again, it's the same footage. They add one new thing to it. So here's, again, the new characters. It goes really fast. I have to go. So we see Cornelia, you know, the adult in that group. Lloyd, Cecile, and Suzaku. Again, all new footage, and so I assume the game will have animations. Janissary Code disappointed me, so maybe this game hopefully won't. And we see, this I think was on the original one, and then we get this, and then, yeah. Same thing was out last time, but the little updates here and there, so that's the trailer for the game. Okay, cool. Let me move on to the next video that they showed. Okay, so this footage here shows you the main screen of the game. This is what I was talking about. See, there's a menu there, different characters you could choose from. Let's try to break this down a little bit. So, this is the main menu of the game. We got shopping, missions. I assume missions is what you nightmare frame / the story element of the game. Pretty standard stuff so far, nothing too crazy. I like how it displays the nightmare frames you have previously acquired. I assume that's what these are. I think you can also customize which ones show up too, I would imagine. So here we see different characters you can choose from. I like how they have Naomi and also the 4 Holy Swords. I appreciate that they actually have more characters in this game than they do so far in Janissary Code. At least it seems like they do. So here we have Colin's character, and you look at her stats. I think these are nightmare frames that you saw earlier that she was using. Not she was using, but like, let's go back 2 seconds here. So yeah, I think nightmare frames you see up here on the actual stage are the ones, yeah, those are them. But here's all nightmare frames you actually can use in the game, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if that was a, let me go back real quick here because this thing's going kind of quick here. I don't know if, go back. Yeah, if they're 2 different Sutherlands or the same one, not sure about that. But still, I like the nightmare frame design, and if I use different ones in the game. That's the whole purpose by showing you this little thing here. And there's Colin in her old uniform. Okay. This next video again shows you all the different characters, and I believe we'll see later on in this video, but if we don't, C2's pose here is her alternative. All the characters get alternative poses like they do in Janissary Code, or most gacha games in general, so that's probably what that's about, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I like the diversity of characters they have in this game, and the new art for all of them, like I mentioned before. So there's all the different characters you get in the game. Even Charles and Chloe are in here. How cool is that? It looks like they have a complete roster, which is nice because in Janissary Code, we were waiting months to get even basic characters like Colin and Suzaku. So here, they got most of their stuff, most of the characters you want to play as, so pretty cool. Again, not sure what Millie and Shirley are doing here in a nightmare frame based game, but we'll see. Also, some characters, if you notice, have like a rank. So if we go back a couple seconds here, you see how Colin, Luge, and C2 are 4s. And let's see else here. Yeah, 4s, 3s. So there's a rank system in this game. I'm not sure if you summon characters to the gacha system. I would assume so. I hope Nightmare Frames don't work the same way, but they probably will. Hoagie's a level 1 star. Very appropriate. What's Nina's? She's a 2? I didn't catch that. It doesn't matter. So it's kind of cool. Not every character here looks like they piloted Nightmare Frames. Maybe they do something else. So that's the characters in the story. Look in the game so far. Looks pretty cool. Again, the stats of the characters, which is nice. Pretty clean looking game. Here's another cool video that they made. This one actually is the main menu of the game. So let's go back real quick. So let's see, we have like the main story, the challenge, another story, exposition. I'm not sure what each of these things are, but it looks like it's just more of the story gameplay footage of the characters talking with like text under them, like we saw in most standard Japanese or even just standard games in general. It's a pretty common thing. There's like a basic animation here of the not animation but footage from the anime of the Glass Skull fighting in the first episode. It's kind of cool. C2 getting Lelouch right here. When you click on the mission you want to do, there's story and battle. Battle is Nightmare Frame, story is the story mode. So again, pretty standard stuff, and you get money as you go, which I'm convinced must be the summoning mechanic of this game. That's be kind of fun, I guess. And that's the menu of the game. It looks pretty cool. Very clean, and again, I love the art style in this game and how they're using their IP. The last video I want to show here, and there's a bunch of these, so maybe I'll play a couple, but they have these cool promos for the different Nightmare Frame battles that will happen in this game. So this is Lelouch's promo. You'll see like the logo, then a bunch of characters from the game. Art style again looks pretty awesome. And then we scroll a little further, and then, yeah, there you go. Lelouch, which is really cool. It shows him in the Gawain, which means this game will most likely take place in R1. Maybe R2, we'll see. So there's C2 because they piloted together, obviously. They're a team. And one that's going to be a constant in the story. Also, I think that's the, is that the Katsuki? I'm not sure why we see that in there. She didn't pilot Katsuki. Well, she did. She didn't pilot Gekka, though. But if it's R1, then, I don't know. I'm sure they'll explain it. Anyways, there's the Gawain, like, finish off animation that he can do during battle. That's pretty cool, too. Again, the art style is pretty solid. It's a little, this one's a little, maybe too 3D for me, but the gameplay looks like a lot of fun, and that's all I really care about. And there you go, that's the one video. There's like a bunch. Like, I'll show what I mean. Give me a second here. So here's one for Colin. Looks, actually, that's a really cool depiction of her. But anyways, there's Colin, and she's again fighting with the Gurren, just the regular Gurren Mark II. I don't see a flight-enabled version, so we'll see what the game gives us. So that's the announcements that came out for Lost Stories, including the date, which is going to be May 17th. You can pre-register it on their site. You can get on the DMM Game Play server. You can like get the player, or you can get on Android and iOS, which is pretty cool. The gameplay footage I'm very excited about because it looks like they have a cool classic RTS style. I don't know what the, I guess, logistics or how deep of a gameplay it is, but considering what I've been playing in Genocide Code for the last 6 months, which is crazy, it's been 6 months, it's definitely an improvement. I like the expanding character roster. I like the attention to details with the characters. I like the overall presentation better of the game. The story is easier to understand. I'm not saying Genocide Code story is necessarily bad, but it's a little bit too complex, where this game seems to be simpler, and that's very important. Now, the completion part, what I meant was, when Genocide Code first came out, it was missing a lot of things to it. Character, story, things like that. This game looks like it's complete. And I know that seems kind of sad, that seems to be like a benchmark of success or something I'm looking forward to, but that's where you are now, unfortunately. And the game looks like it's complete. Hopefully the story is. My big concern with all these types of games is how much time I gotta wait before all the new features come in. It looks like it's very complete. It's got a nice character roster. I'm sure they'll add more characters to the story, more Nightmare Frames, but the core is there to actually have a fun experience. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is the gacha part to it. I see a different, looks like it's a diet or whatever their currency in the game is. I don't know why games have to do gacha mechanic, but if the gameplay is fun, I'll definitely enjoy doing that. And the game's coming May 17th, so definitely look forward to gameplay. Once I figure out why my Android device can't download the game, that's a whole nother thing. Also, if anyone knows if there's a translator for DMN Games Player, let me know, because I don't think there is one, and PC seems to be the best way to play this game, but we'll see as we go. Anyhow, let me know in the comment section below, are you looking forward to this game? Do you want to see gameplay of it? Does it look bad, good, all that kind of stuff. And I guess what Nightmare frame would you want to see in this game that wasn't pictured? The Night Police was kind of cool, but maybe other obscure Nightmare frames can be brought into this game as well. There's a big opportunity here to make something really fun, and so far, for someone who is kind of jaded with Janissary Code and not looking forward to another, I guess you could say, gacha game to jump into, this one actually looks really cool, so I'm looking forward to it. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the video. And as I always say, the world is not a dark place, and tomorrow will be a good day. Thanks for watching.